Good Tuesday morning, my friends. Welcome to the MLive morning weather update. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and thank you to Lush Lawn in Michigan for supporting us here on the MLive morning weather update. All right, let's get right on into it. I'll tell you one thing. First off, the storm system, it's still, in my mind, it's still a snowstorm in Detroit, Monroe, Adrian, maybe Ann Arbor. For April standards, some have said that's not a snowstorm. We get a foot or more in January. I'm talking late April standards. So a little, not much really of a change. It's pretty much solidified. So here's our radar right now, right along the border, some precipitation. And then you see the green, that's the developing precipitation back to the southwest that will be heading this way. So, first and foremost, we have a freeze warning in effect. Any of the light blue shaded areas, freeze warning for tonight, and we'll likely have one, let's see, tonight, Wednesday morning, and we'll likely have one for Thursday morning as well. And then the winter weather advisory has been shifted only into the northern parts of Ohio, signifying about where the heaviest band of snow is forecast right now. But it looks like things are inching back northward, and you're still going to get some snow. So let's get into that here. This is the radar forecast to give you an idea of who gets what, when, and where, and who doesn't. Maybe that's more important. Who doesn't get snowfall? And there's a lot of us that don't get it. Glenda Ramsey, what is Burton going to get? I think you'll see some snow showers overnight, but not much accumulation because we've got to have a heavy snow for it to build up on the warm ground while it's melting at the same time. All right, so let's get into this afternoon. 2 o'clock this afternoon, rain and snow. I would lean more toward rain during the daylight hours, even though the model shows snow. This time of the year, tough to have snow in the middle of the day. This is 4 o'clock and 5, 6 o'clock. So in the evening, rain and snow will be developing in the southeast of Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids, you possibly, depending on where you're at, stay entirely dry now. Lansing will be into the rain and snow. Flint, Saginaw, you might stay dry. This is this evening. And the darker blue, that's the moderate to heavy snow. And it's into Detroit. It's in Ann Arbor. It's in Adrian. It's in Lambertville. And I will get to the map here in just a second, okay? So this is midnight tonight. It's snowing in the southeast. It's a snowstorm. It's an April snowstorm in the southeast because several inches is a snowstorm in April. Grand Rapids, it's not. Saginaw, it's not. Flint, it's probably not. Lansing, it's probably not what you would call a snowstorm. However, we will watch for lake effect to develop in the thumb and work its way downward. This is 3 in the morning, 4, 5, 6. You could see that batch of lake effect working its way down the thumb and into the Detroit and Ann Arbor areas around sunrise tomorrow. So it's a overnight type snow. Mostly done. 9, 10, 11 in the morning, another batch of lake effect moving down the thumb, but the rest of the state, A-OK. And then as we go into Thursday, dry conditions. All right. There's just no really great map. Hey, I love 90. Today I love 97% of you. I've already been torqued off by about 3%, so I apologize. But the 97% that I love this morning, I have to remind you, warm ground, some melting snow on the below. Temperature gets to 40 pretty quickly above after sunrise. So it's hard to give you an amount. Now, this model here, I think, has the best placement, but you got to cut a couple of inches off of it for melting. It does not include melting, and it doesn't include lower snow to water ratio. Most of these models do a 10-to-1 ratio, and this won't be that. This will be a 6 or 8 inches of snow to 1 inch of water. So I still call it a 1 to 4 inch snow. Long story short, sorry, I'm a meteorologist. Long story short, 1 to 4 inch snow, Oakland County, southward to Detroit, to Adrian, to Monroe, Jackson. Quick taper off to Lansing, maybe an inch, to Flint, maybe an inch in the thumb, and after that, nothing. Grand Rapids, nothing, and Saginaw Bay City, nothing as far as accumulations. And Barb wants to know how much in Howell. I would say, an inch or two. As soon as it stops, then it melts pretty quickly. Now, I gotta say, we have this U.S. model called the GFS, and we've had upgrades. It never seems to be a great upgrade. We've had an upgrade, and this model was the first one to take it in the track that it's taking. The European actually was north, with the heavy snow in the Grand Rapids into Saginaw a couple of days ago and shifted southward. This model also, from what I understand, I got to look into it, has an ability to handle some of the melting in accumulations. And it shows a 1 to 4 inch snow. So this could be the first victory for the U.S. model. Keith Haverty, Royal Oak, I would say you're looking at an inch, maybe 2 inches. It stops by Wednesday sunrise and then melts pretty quickly. All right, Kimberly Zeismer says, now let's talk the big warm-up. Okay, let's get into that. First, we got to cover, obviously, the freeze warning. I have a post up on MLive about what to do with your gardens if you planted stuff. I would have planted stuff, too, if I wasn't so busy, and I would be covering things. Now, this is tomorrow morning's forecast. Lows down into the 20s. Bill Bichamp, how does Saturday look in Gladwin? Okay. Partly to mostly cloudy, maybe a quick shower in the 50s. Kalamazoo is going to miss out on the snow, I do believe, maybe an inch or so. Yeah, sir. This is Thursday morning, still into the 20s. This is Friday morning. Frosty in places, but not as cold. Then this is Saturday morning in the 40s. And I'd like to say we're just taking off for the weekend and really warming up, but we still have chilly temperatures around for Sunday and Monday. High temperatures, cold today in the 40s, tomorrow in the 40s, Thursday in the 50s, Friday in the 60s, Saturday 55 to 60 we'll call it, and Sunday 55 to 60, and then Monday starting to head into the 60s in much of lower Michigan, and look what's poised off to the west. And I'll leave you with one last thing. We're going to talk big warm up, and I promised it for you. Katie Simone, hopefully I got that right. Fenton, an inch, maybe something like that. Okay, so let's go into next week. So a storm system comes through on Saturday night, Sunday with a few spotty showers. And then I just want you to focus on this map, okay? Pick out Florida, down to the south, Texas, pick out Michigan. The red lines are coming back, and the black lines, that's the pressure pattern, shows me the wind from the south. So by the time we get into Tuesday, we're into a full southerly flow. That gets us, my friends, I would say to 70 degrees by Tuesday or Wednesday. And if rain would to hold off, it would get us into the 70s. Let's go all the way out 10 days, and we get another nice spring, warm, showery, thunder showery type rain late in the week next week, and the cold has disappeared. Okay, there's still a little pocket of just slightly chilly air, but let me go backwards now to right now. Okay, so just focus on this map and where all the red lines are. That's the upper level temperatures that have warmed. Look up in Canada how it's kind of warmed up there 10 days out. Let me just real quickly go back. Look at what it looks like right now. A solid pocket of cold air all the way up into Canada. So if you kind of step through with me again, it's still there by Sunday into Canada, but then it just kind of starts to slip away next week, a sign that the cold is finally giving up. I haven't yet. One of these days, I'm going to come on here and say, this is my last one. I've dealt with weather and Mother Nature and people for long enough. I'm going to go work at Home Depot, maybe in the gardening section. So when somebody comes in and says, hey, what should I plant here? I say, you can plant that, or that. See you later. Bye. All right. I'm off my soapbox now. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. We're 1,000 strong. Thanks for sticking with me here on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Thank you to Lush Lawn for bringing it to the folks. And we'll get through the snow. It'll melt off. We'll hopefully get through the freeze with some fruit crops still left. I am quite concerned about that. And then we will get on to spring, and we'll be able to start to complain and focus about too hot, too humid, too much pollen, sneezing too much, muddy, all those kinds of things. All right, take care of you folks. Have yourselves a great Tuesday. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Hey, thanks for sticking with me this morning. Send me a bill.